all lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I need to have another one of these.
Amen, amen.
Gee. I kind of.
This is way over the edge. Like we it's not even over the edge. We died already.
This is beyond the event horizon. Like we about to hit the vortex.
Yeah, we about to hit the vortex.
Yeah, yeah.
Boy, you looking like a milk dud. Nigga thought he was Michael Jordan. Boy, you looking like Blank Man. Boy, you looking like Lil Bill.
How you die does not redeem how you lived. You do not become a hero in your death when you are a weapon of the enemy in your life.
Well, negotiations, right? Politics.
And we're out of time. So you.
I'm back.
Why is it? It should be working now. Can you hear me? I don't know what's going on with this. All right. We should be fine now. Can we laugh at Trump one time? Can we laugh at MAGA one time? We laugh at them all the time because their economy sucks. Y'all see the thumbnail? Yes, you do. Yes, you, baby. Yes, you do. Don't even try to sit up here and tell me this is a lie. Like the video that we put up this morning of whoever's running Trump's social media page, putting up that video and then having the Obamas as monkeys in there and they try to get off it real quick. Okay. Go ahead and say you got that from somebody else. That's fine with us. Hey, do y'all see this? ADP jobs report shows paltry 22,000 increase in private hiring. Sluggish labor market is not getting any better. And guess what's private? Oh, yeah, them AI jobs, you know, the ones that they love so much. Them computer jobs, you know, the STEM shit. Yeah, only 22,000. They were looking for 45. Huh? Well, sucks to be you, huh? Explain this, MAGA. And I would not be remiss to show you later they tried it and they got caught in real time. But before we get into all that, let's see who's in the building. Once again, Gamers Den, hello. Reparations Nation, hello. DSA, hello. Wallow J, hello. Stream Elements Bot, I didn't say hi to you in the other one, but you bastard, hello. Boilermaker, hello. Emperor Rex, hello. And for those who haven't said anything in the live chat or the comments, hello. All right, we're going to watch videos, so let's get the customary house cleaning out the way, and we're going to laugh at MAGA.
Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern.
All right. Maria Badaramo. You got to have a conversation. Why did you see that jobs report yesterday and try to lie? Why did you do that? Yes, family, this jobs report came out yesterday. They tried to lie and say it wasn't that bad. And Maria was the biggest flagrant of that. So let's see what she said. Get to work. Now, mind you, she was talking cash shit 2 months ago when the jobs report wasn't as bad as it was this time. It was I think that's when it went up a little bit, and inflation was steady. Talking cash shit. What a wonderful difference 60 days makes.
For Wednesday, let's check markets here. The Dow Industrial's up 86, the S&P up 5.5, and the Nasdaq down 88. We had the jobs report out this morning. The JOLTS, the ADP number was weaker than expected, coming in at 22,000 jobs versus an estimate of 48,000 jobs. Interest rates this morning spiked after the number. The yield on the 10-year up 2.5 basis points right now, setting the level of 4.287%. Take a look at gold and silver, which have been on a
whoa. Why did you just skip past that? Wait a minute. Why did you just skip past that? We're going to play it again.
Out this morning, the JOLTS, the ADP number was weaker than expected, coming in at 22,000 jobs versus an estimate of 48,000 jobs. Interest rates.
How do you just skip past that, madam? I just want to know. Why did you do that? This is your man. By the way, for the family, screenshot. Interesting how that seems to always work. It's fine. When he leaves office, he's going to shit on everybody. ADP data released on February 4th shows 2025 is the worst year for job growth outside of recession in 25 years. The report showed a decline in 2025 with 398,000 new jobs compared to 771,000 in 2024. Private sector employment up by 22,000 jobs in January, reflecting a slow start to 2026. Had all them layoffs, but it can't get people back in the jobs? Interesting. Challenger Grain Christmas. Challenger report. January job cuts surge. Lowest January hiring on record. U.S.-based employers announced 108,435 job cuts in January, an increase of 118% from the 49,795 cuts announced in the same month last year. It's up 205% from the 35,553 job cuts announced in December, according to a report released Thursday from global outplacement and executive coaching firm Challenger Grain Christmas. January's total is the highest for the month since 2009, when 241,749 job cuts were announced. It is the highest monthly total since October 2025, when 153,074 cuts were recorded. Generally, we see a high number of job cuts in the first quarter, but this is a high total for January. It means most of these plans were set at the end of 2025, signaling employers are less than optimistic about the outlook for 2026, said Andy Challenger, workplace expert and chief revenue officer for Challenger Grain Christmas. And there's your graph. And we all know why the jobs were this high, because of the tariffs. And then they were loving the fact that it was bottoming out, and then it started rising again because he kept running his fucking mouth about these damn tariffs. Transportation announced the highest number of job cuts in January with 31,243, primarily due to an announcement from UPS. The company announced it would cut 30,000 jobs after severing ties with Amazon. Technology announced 22,291 job cuts in January. The bulk of these came from Amazon, which announced 16,000 job cuts as it restructures its layers of management. CEO Andy Jassy, like many CEOs recently, has said AI will cost jobs in the coming years, but this cut appears to be due more to overhiring and reducing layers than to the new technology, said Challenger. Healthcare companies and health products manufacturers, including hospitals, announced 17,107 job cuts in January, and the most for the industry since April 2020, when 19,453 job cuts were recorded. Healthcare providers and hospital systems are grappling with inflation and high labor costs. Lower reimbursements for Medicare and Medicare are also hitting hospital systems. These pressures are leading to job cuts as well as other cutting measures, such as some pay and benefits. Now, remember, last year, about the spring, summertime, you remember how they were all touting that the jobs were up, and we kept telling them that the sectors that it was up in, one of them was healthcare and social services. Yeah. It's funny how 6 to 8 months changes that, huh? Interesting. But then again, they don't read or research. Chemical manufacturers announced 4,701 job cuts in January, primarily from one announcement by Dow Inc., which cited a shift to implementing artificial intelligence and automation. This is the highest monthly total for the sector since February 2016, when 6,640 job cuts were recorded. That month, the cuts were primarily due to a merger of Dow Chemical and DuPont. The media industry has announced 510 cuts in January, down 18% from the 624 cuts announced in January 2024. News, which Challenger tracks as a subset of media, includes broadcast, digital, and print, has announced 65 job cuts in January, 66% decrease from the 192 news cuts announced in the same month in 2025, is the lowest January total since 2022, when no news cuts were recorded. Why are companies cutting in January? January contract loss led all reasons for job cuts, with 30,784 announced during the month. Market and economic conditions followed with 28,392. Restructuring was cited for 20,044 job cuts, while store, unit, or department closures accounted for 12,738 planned layoffs. AI was cited for 7,624 job cuts in January, 7% of total cuts for the month. Companies reference AI for 54,836 announced layoff plans in 2025. Since 2023, when this reason was first tracked, AI has been cited in 79,449 job cut announcements, 3% of all layoff plans announced in that period. It's difficult to say how big an impact AI is having on layoffs specifically. We know leaders are talking about AI. Many companies want to implement it in operations, and the market appears to be rewarding companies that mention it, said Challenger. Tariffs were cited for 294 job cuts in January after causing 7,908 cuts in 2025. Last month, employers announced 5,306 hiring plans, and the lowest total for the month since Challenger began tracking hiring plans in 2009. Prior to last month's total, 2023 saw the lowest January total for hiring with 5,376. It's down 13% from the 6,089 hiring plans announced in the same month last year. It's down 49% from the 10,496 hiring plans announced in December 2025. So, yeah. Where y'all at, MAGA? Explain this. Oh, wait, this is too hard for y'all. That's right. I forgot. This is too hard. It's a lot of numbers. And you know, y'all don't like math. Y'all like pictures. We know this. And you know who else knows this? Yeah, that's right. They know this.
We know this. The Chinese know that we know. But we make believe that we don't know, and the Chinese make believe that they believe that we don't know, but know that we know. Everybody knows.
That's right. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. And they know you're so dumb, you're going to follow the pictures, right? Well, we have a picture for you. I need y'all to explain this.
Get to work! You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern in.
Y'all see this, right? This is from the White House official Twitter page. For the first time in 5 years, a majority of Americans say their personal finances are improving. This is just the beginning of the Trump economic boom. Now, I'm sure they had this loaded up. They were ready to drop this the first Friday of the month. Ready to do their victory laps all over the place. And then they ran into the hurdle. Y'all want to know what that hurdle was? Not only that ADP job report, but people called them out on this. And it was so bad, family. They deleted it. Oh, yes. They deleted it. They were ready to do victory laps yesterday and today. They deleted it within an hour of putting it up. Well, that sucks. But it's fun for us. White House deletes post claiming Trump economic boom amid layoff surge. On February 5th, the White House posted and deleted a graphic citing RMG data, research data, that 62% of Americans say their finances were improving, calling it the dawn of a Trump economic boom. 62%. Where is this? Critics highlighted conflicting data, including January's 108,435 announced job cuts, the highest for any January since 2009, and weak private payroll growth. Reactions pointed to a gap between optimistic self-reported sentiment and indicators like falling job openings and rising layoffs, with official payroll numbers due Friday. And as we've told you, they already said that they were going to delay it. It's probably going to come out on the 12th because of the partial shutdown. Sure. What happens when AI and robots steal all the jobs? Well, I don't know about stealing, but okay, sure. We'll let you say stealing. We'll let you say it. The White House posted a graphic citing a poll where 62% of Americans said their personal finances are improving. The post was quickly deleted amid backlash. Critics pointed to contradicting RMG poll data, showing 32% reporting better finance and 30% worse. So they added it. Huh? So they added the 62%. Woo-wee. That's funny. And they're getting cooked. Is the U.S. economy heading into a recession? Several data points are now starting to show weakness in the U.S. economy. And the biggest early warning is the labor market, because jobs usually weaken before the economy officially slows. Right now, the job data is weakening at an alarming rate. Huh? Well. What that CPI report look like? Let's see if the CPI report came out. So it's coming out on Wednesday. We're going to have fun. We're going to be here Wednesday. So they moved it back to 2 days to February 13th. Okay, so Friday the 13th. If that CPI report looked bad, family, woof. On Friday the 13th too, woof. Right before Valentine's Day, woof. You motherfuckers ain't going outside. If you have a date, you might be getting a text or a phone call saying that date might be off. You might have to go Dutch. You heard what I'm talking about. Huh. U.S. economy 6-month collapse warning. Huh. As Trump's tariffs kicked in, U.S. hiring stalled in the second and third quarters of 2025. No shit. That's why he had to sit there and bail out them damn farmers. You got motherfuckers outside talking about some, oh, eggs are down, but beef is high. Well, no shit. We already told you why. But, again, y'all don't want to listen. But you ain't got to take my word for it. We going to mess with them. Yes, we are. We're going to go over to the news. Since Trump wanted to attack the news this week, they said, word, we're going to start the weekend off right. We're going to attack you.
Let me go here. There's a growing concern.
We're going to start up with Cocked Up Pause News Network. They reported about the job numbers. I wonder what they said.
Get to work!
Play you. You just played.
Breaking just moments ago, new data showing January was the worst month for job cuts since the 2009 Great Recession. CNN senior reporter Matt Egan is joining me now. What else is this report telling you?
Yeah, Sarah, look, this is a bad way to start 2026, right? Layoffs way up, hiring way down. So Challenger Gray and Christmas reports that during the month of January, U.S.-based employers announced just over 108,000 layoffs. Now, that is roughly double January of 2025 and roughly triple the end of last year. In fact, Sarah, as you mentioned, this is the highest since January 2009 during the great financial crisis. Of course, that was just months after the collapse of Lehman Brothers. Now, as far as where the layoffs are, it's really largely in two sectors, transportation and technology, really leading the way. In fact, two companies, UPS and Amazon, account for roughly 40% of the announced layoffs. Also, healthcare, chemicals, and finance as well. Now, as far as why companies are laying off during the month of January, the leading reason was a loss of contract, market and economic conditions, restructuring as well. Artificial intelligence, as you may have guessed, also playing a role as well. So you put all this together, and again, it really paints a concerning picture about the job market. Now, one thing I do want to note, though, is that we're talking about announced layoffs. Economists put more weight on actual applications for unemployment. And first-time jobless claims, they do remain pretty low, and the unemployment rate it did stabilize at the end of last year. So we've got to pay close attention to what happens next on that. And hopefully we get some more clarity from the official government jobs report, which is expected out next week, delayed because of the government shutdown. One other thing to point out, though, here, Sarah, is this was also a bad month for hiring. Challenger says that just about 5,300 announced hiring plans by companies. That was down 13% year over year. In fact, this was the lowest since Challenger started tracking this back in 2009. And remember, Sarah, all of this comes after last year, which was the weakest for the U.S. job market for job growth outside of a recession since 2003 under George W. Bush. And this report at least suggests that there was no big rebound during the month of January.
Huh. Hey, MAGA, why y'all not touting this? This is winning. Isn't this winning? I was told this, but you know. How's that Dow Jones doing this morning? It should be up. I mean, lost jobs. It should be up. Y'all's Bitcoin is down heavy from that 100,000 y'all had. Oh, see, what did I tell you? Dow Jones is up 764 points. Yeah, they love that shit. Blue chip stocks. There you go. Yes, when that job report came out, that shit tumbled like a motherfucker. Yeah. Y'all love it, huh? Yeah, let's worry about what other people are doing. I mean, y'all's finances starting to go. Oh, I know. Y'all waiting until y'all get y'all tax returns back to show how much money you gonna get, right? That's gonna be proof that the economy's doing well, right? They'll never get it. They will never get it. But anyway, y'all, I just wanted to bring that to you really quickly. So hopefully you learned something. If you did, I done my job. If not, I try to be better next time. And we'll see you when I see you. Got to finish up this screenplay. So we'll probably be back with you. Unless something really breaking happens, we will see you next Wednesday. So y'all take care, stay safe, and you know what to do when the agents of chaos come to mess up your existence.
Oh, here it goes!
Time's up.
Get your ass up! We gotta get out of here now!
Did we have a good time here? Hello?
Gotta get your groove on!
At the end of the day gotta end.
That's it.